And by the end of the day, I was like, I'm going to go to the hospital because my hands were just like a mess. He's like, are you coming back tomorrow? And I was like, no, I'm literally going to the hospital. Like, I've damaged myself. And
this is a problem.
Like, truly, I literally was like, see you in the emergency room.
I'm hooked. I actually want to go buy the book, and I want to know more.
That's like the greatest thing I could hear. That's, I think, one of the more exciting things is that so many people seeing this will know Lee, know her story, and then like the thought of people going out and getting her books. I know that would mean a lot to her.
Oh yes, I'm definitely going to buy it. And had you heard of her before filming?
I hadn't,
No.
and I was so kind of disappointed in myself. I thought, why don't I know who Lee Israel is, and why don't I know her story? And then, I was like, my God, the FBI is coming in. I just thought this is like an incredible story that you kind of can't believe is true. And I feel lucky that I got to know her story.
And one of my favorite things about Lee is she does not hold anything back.
No.
She knows exactly who she is, and if you don't like it, then that's your problem. So was that freeing, playing a woman like that?
Totally, and I think it's a really important character trait to see now when so many people, I think, are way too wrapped up in qualifying themselves by how other people see them. How do you think my vacation was? Look what I'm doing. Do you think that's good? I love watching. I love anyone who just is like, this is what it is. Take it or leave it. I don't care. She did it in kind of a rough way sometimes that I think left her lonelier than she probably would have wanted to be. But I still really respect that of just being like, I won't change for anyone. I am who I am, and I'm okay with that.
And I love that. That was my favorite part about that. And they kind of you guys show a different side of New York. It's not romanticized. It's very real, gritty. And I read that you lived in New York in the 90s. So did making this film kind of bring you back and get you back into that mindset?
It did. It was really sentimental. Like, it was really, there are just moments where, because that New York is gone, and I was here from 90 to 97, and having that back when everything was possible. New York was still, it was grittier. It was, all the artists lived in the city. You knew all these people still struggling and trying, but we were all kind of like passion driven, and everybody had 4 jobs, but we all knew what the goal was and what we were trying to do, and there was something really inspiring about being around that. And even though it was grittier and not as shined up and the sparkly penny that it is now, it's like I still found it magical because the energy of all the artists and writers and whatever field you were in, it's like that's what made the city.
For sure. And I love that she needed the money. She created a job for herself. A little bit of criminal activity, a lot of it, but she got through it. So what was the craziest or just quite frankly worst job you've ever had?
Worst job, I would have to say, goes to either I shucked oysters.
Shucked oysters.
Without gloves or an oyster shucking knife. Somebody just handed me like a random paring knife. And by the end of the day, I was like, I'm going to go to the hospital because my hands were just like a mess. He's like, are you coming back tomorrow? And I was like, no, I'm literally going to the hospital. Like, I've damaged myself. And
this is a problem.
Like, truly, I literally was like, see you in the emergency room. That, and I also tried to sell photo packages for like a company of like, do you need a family photo pack? And you had to read like a 2-page thing. I was like, can I just shorten it to see if people are in? They're like, read it exactly. And it was 6 or 8 of us in a hotel room sitting on a bed with a phone on our lap.
Oh, you'd call them?
Yeah, cold call, and we were just handed a phone book.
And you just
and we each got a letter. It was not great, and I did not sell one package.
It's okay. You had good experience with the oysters, and now you're here, right? So.
Yeah.
Hey, I hope you guys enjoy.
You want to see more? I know you do.
So make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
And turn on your notification button and click this thing right here to see more videos.
Stop doing that with your fingers.
It likes when I do this.
No,
Just
stop
like.
it. No.
Just click on it. Don't do
Don't
all
do
that. Don't do all that.
Just watch our videos.
Mike, make him stop.
Nah,
Turn him off.